Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. This is going to be an unusual video for this channel, as we are going to be diving into XRP. We don't typically cover XRP on the channel. We have previously. You guys will know if you've seen any of my prior XRP videos that I have a very love-hate relationship with it. But this video is really going to be centered around some really huge news for XRP. And it has everything to do with Jed McCaleb, who was one of the initial founders of Ripple, and of course the XRP ledger. And he essentially has been dumping onto the market. I think he had 9 billion or so, or a massive amount of XRP that he's been dumping consistently since around about 2015. That is now coming to an end, and is going to be a huge sell pressure relieved for XRP. We also know that they have the lawsuit, which may come to an end. Or is looking likely to come to an end this year. And in actual fact, I think there's a lot more evidence to suggest that XRP, or I shouldn't really say XRP, Ripple, Brad and Chris are probably going to win this lawsuit. But I have a very, very love-hate relationship with XRP. You know, I was a big investor and believer, essentially, in XRP in 2008, 2019. And essentially, in terms of a cryptocurrency investment, it's largely underperformed the majority. I think a lot of what's spread about XRP is pipe dreams. I really do believe that. You know, for somebody who was very early in the likes of Chainlink, you know, ADA, even Bitcoin to a degree has actually overperformed XRP. So it's not been the best crypto investment. Has it been a good investment? Yes. In regards to, you know, if you look at your stock market, if you look at all these other markets, you know, XRP generally has outperformed over, or really since March 2020. That being said, in terms of a crypto investment, it's not done very well, and has actually underperformed. I mean, it's done well, but not as well as many, many others out there that would have offered you far more ROI, return on investment, if you had invested in them. And I think there's a lot of things that the lawsuit revealed to me that I really didn't like. You know, we're going to cover this article, and this is what the main premise of this video is going to be about, the fact that Jed's stash of XRP is now coming to an end, and he's actually, you know, in the coming weeks not going to have any XRP left to dump on the market. But Jed dumping on the market, Chris, Brad, and Ripple Labs did the same thing. They haven't done it to the degree, of course, but they have been dumping consistently. When I read through that lawsuit when it was first sort of launched, one thing that I really left a bitter taste in my mouth, certainly as somebody who has held XRP, remember, I haven't bought XRP since 2018, 2019, just simply because I thought my capital would be invested better elsewhere, and I already have a really big bag of XRP. Still hold quite a lot of it, but we did alleviate quite a bit of it looking at the overall crypto market and kind of understanding that, you know, round about sort of your 40K range, that things were going to get worse. So let's just get into it, guys. We will look at XRP as a token. We'll dive a little bit into the price, but the main news is after 8 years dumping billions of XRP, Jed McCaleb stacks runs out in weeks. Jed McCaleb, the former co-founder and CTO of Ripple Labs, has mere weeks left until his XRP balance reaches zero. So this is good news. Huge sell pressure taken off the table. You can imagine if this happens and then they also win the lawsuit, XRP I actually think could do quite well. You know, the lawsuit really hindered them, I think, in into the bull run. They got delisted from the likes of Coinbase. You know, it wasn't a great time for XRP, and I think that has a large part to do with why they largely underperform the market. And I think when all these get undone, they could do quite well. But it's not, you know, I'm not an XRP. I think it was going to do well, and I think it really has a use case. But I'm not necessarily a believer. You know, I find other cryptos far more exciting. That's just my own bias. Many of you may disagree, and that is absolutely fine. You know, we don't want everybody to be on the same page. Imagine how boring the world would be if that was the case. Former Ripple Labs co-founder Jed McCaleb is nearing the end of his 8-year Ripple XRP Dump Marathon with only 81.53 million XRP, worth $26.55 million at the time of writing this article, remaining in his balance. According to Jed's balance, a website tracking his XRP holdings, McCaleb's wallet name, Taco Stand, has been shedding an average of 4 million XRP over the last months, but has ramped up his daily transfers to 7.3 million XRP, worth $2.3 million since Sunday. So this is the website. This kind of tracks it, and you can see his remaining balance is 74 million XRP, significantly less than when he started. And again, he has literally been on a dump marathon. I love that term. He's been on a dump marathon, really, for a very long time now. And it's coming to an end. So this could see a little bit of sell pressure eased up for XRP. You could imagine if they win the lawsuit again, things would be quite well. You know, they are a real company doing real things. And I do think the lawsuit is actually going to go in their favor. And you did get comments from Brad Garlinghouse saying that the company essentially will leave the US if the SEC wins the lawsuit. If the SEC won the lawsuit, that would be pretty bad for Ripple as a token and the actual company. And again, when the lawsuit kind of came about, it really left a bitter taste in my mouth just to see how Ripple had essentially been using, and Brad and Chris been using XRP as kind of like a personal bank account. You know, they've just been giving it away here, they've been dumping it here, they've been funding things with it here, whilst sort of, I wouldn't say encouraging retail to buy, but retail was certainly buying into it, really on the back end of influencers on the likes of Twitter and YouTube really promoting it and making it out to be this, $582 token. Which I think is a real stretch of the imagination. Do I think it could get to, $10 potentially one day in the future? It's possible. Not anytime soon, given the market that we're in. But, there is, it has a real use case. It in terms of a blockchain, in terms of its ledger, it's very impressive and good at what it's sort of set out to do. At the current rate of selling, his wallet may be depleted within the next 2 to 3 weeks. To the delight of many crypto community. On Wednesday, Mason, I'm not going to try and say his second name, a TikTok influencer known as Crypto Mason, shared the news to his 115,000 followers on Twitter, highlighting that 22 million XRP has been released in the past 3 days. This was the tweet from Mason. I believe he goes by Crypto Mason. Not familiar with this guy's channel. I assume he has a lot to do with XRP. Jed McCaleb has 81 million XRP remaining. Of course, that is now lower than when he had posted this, as we can see Jeb's remaining balance over here. On Wednesday, a parody account of Jed McCaleb with 4,500 followers who describes themselves as definitely not the real Jeb, posted a photo in front of an eatery called the Taco Stand, saying almost there. That doesn't look like a taco to me. This, of course, is the tweet, and it is referring to Jeb McCaleb's balance. I actually think this is a very positive thing that Jeb's balance is running out. Jeb has actually a long history in the cryptocurrency market. He's also now the founder of Stellar, and he actually, I believe, was one of the people responsible for Mt. Gox. Not the hack, but, the lack of security that led to the hack, essentially. I think Mt. Gox largely had, it was basically stored on, all the Bitcoin was stored on one computer. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? But hindsight is always 20/20, and at the time, that didn't seem like a very logical thing to take place. The former Ripple executive has been methodically selling off chunks of his 9 billion strong XRP holdings since he left the company in 2014. 9 billion. Let's take a look at what the overall supply of XRP is. It's 48 billion. So he has more than 10% of the supply that he's been consistently dumping. I do often wonder, though, I mean, is Jeb doing anything that Ripple didn't do, or Brad didn't do, or Chris didn't do? Of course, he's doing it in a far more aggressive manner, but they actually all dumped XRP onto the market and used it to fund various things, whether that be partnerships or their lifestyle endeavors. McCaleb was part, or I should say, by the way, with those comments, that is what essentially is claimed in the lawsuit. So that's not me having done a deep dive into the evidence. I'm just going off what... the accusations that were essentially levied by the SEC to Ripple. So please don't take that as gospel. Of course, they could come out and win the lawsuit, and that could all be found to be flawed. But that's certainly, the narrative from the SEC as we have it. McCaleb was part of the founding team of Ripple in 2012, called OpenCoin then. So many of you probably didn't even know that, even though you're probably an XRP diehard. Receiving a share of 20 billion XRP, which was distributed to the 3 founders, which also included Chris Larson, who you're all familiar with, and Arthur Brito. Not familiar with Arthur Brito, no Chris, but Chris has very much, done very well out of getting a share of this and certainly dumped a portion of it. McCaleb left in 2014 after a reported fallout with Ripple executives taking with him his entire XRP share, which equated to around 9% of the total supply. Later that year, he co-founded rival payment protocol Stellar. So he is the head honcho. Where even is Stellar? I've not actually looked at Stellar in a while. It was a coin that I was also invested in. Got rid of my Stellar a while ago and quite a bit of XRP. Maybe something I maybe look to reallocate to. You know, I think Stellar actually have a very impressive team. I've heard them testify in front of Congress a number of times, or certainly the team, and you know, they seem to be they seem to know what they're doing, and have very good strategic partnerships. All the way down at 24th, this was a top 10 crypto, I believe, once XRP has remained in its top 10 spot, and I think that has a lot to do with the community behind it. You know, at the end of the day, what moves price isn't belief, it's people buying and selling, and the community behind XRP certainly believe in it and continue to purchase it, and you know, that purchase power has largely been dampened due to the likes of Jed McCaleb selling consistently. That may now be eradicated. During a market crash, should McCaleb offload the entire holdings at once, Ripple Labs and the former executive agreed to lock up terms of his XRP. The lockup plan dictated that for the first year he could sell no more than $10,000 worth of XRP a week. The plan would loosen up over time, raising the amount he could offload to $20,000 worth of XRP per week for the 3 years following. From 2018 to 2019, the restrictions would apply to the number of XRP tokens instead of the limit his maximum allowance offloading to 1 billion XRP per year. So if he had 9, take him, 9 years, but of course he would have had significantly less than 9 when this came around. From 2020 and beyond, the amount was further raised to 2 billion XRP per year. According to the Jed Balance, McCaleb offloaded a large portion of his XRP holdings between January to August 2021, a prior when XRP's price spiked up to $1.84. Currently, the price of XRP is 31 cents, guys. So we are definitely in a bear market. We talk about this daily on my daily cryptocurrency market update videos. If it's your first time finding the channel, make sure you subscribe and watch those. We'll keep you on the straight and narrow. We've been very accurate over the past couple of months in the direction this market is going. We don't get everything right, but we try our best. He took several months break from selling from September 2021 to the start of January 2022 and has been steadily offloading XRP again since then. The data shows that McCaleb has shed 627 million XRP so far in 2022, so he still has a significant portion of his balance, or he still has a significant allowance to go. So the chances are he's going to be out of XRP this year. Very good news for XRP as a token. XRP's pre-rounded nearly 30% on June 24th, 4 days after rebounding from 28 cents. Its lowest level since January 2021. Analysts from Cointelegraph noted that the token blah, 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 blah. Not interested in analysts on mainstream platforms because they are largely wrong. Anyway, so that is really the news. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. How is this going to affect XRP's price? I can't see it being anything other than a positive. You've got to remember that we are in a bear market, and ultimately Bitcoin is going to dictate the rest, the overall direction of this market, and Bitcoin is largely being driven by everything going on in the macro, which we talk about daily. This is Jed's balance. You can see he's down to 74 million XRP, so we could get rid of that really in a very short period of time. We know the lawsuit is taking place. We had some comments from Brad earlier, or last week, I think, actually. May have even been this week, essentially saying that, if the SEC does win the lawsuit, Ripple will leave the US. But that if the SEC won the lawsuit, that would be a really bad situation for XRP holders and Ripple as a company, I believe. XRP lawsuit, here's where we stand. To me, though, it does very much seem like Ripple may win this. I really do think that Ripple is going to win the lawsuit. But that's just speculation until it happens. That's what it will remain to be. So that's really all we've got for you in this video. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with XRP. Haven't invested it since 2018, 2019. Maybe if I see an opportunity and the prices come down lower, it may be something I pick up in expectations that they win the lawsuit. But it's largely going to be news-driven. I know they do have some really amazing strategic partnerships. They're also being, at the likes of Davos and a number of other things. So there is reason to believe that they will do well moving forward, certainly in the remittance market, which is what they really go after. And if they can get the right partnerships and capture a good share of that market, there's no reason to suggest that it won't do well. It is a very, very good token for me sending it to somebody else. It takes seconds and it's very, very cheap. It's seamless to do. The remittance market is a market that needs huge innovation. and XRP could steal that. But for now, we're not touching XRP. Just thought I'd share the news with you. Again, we still hold a bit of XRP. Did unload quite a bit in round about this region over here. But I'm still holding somewhat of it that I accumulated back here. But haven't touched it since then. And if you look at it in regards to percentages, I mean, Bitcoin actually overperformed, I believe. We take March 2020's lows to the highs. Yeah, Bitcoin did the same kind of performance. You would expect a smaller altcoin with a smaller market cap to go significantly further, but of course it did get hindered by the lawsuit and a number of other things. All I've got for you in this video, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that news update, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gents.